This is a video lesson of concept unit day 3 on percentages. So this is just a bunch of examples from the slide deck about percent. Everything we're doing today is going to be parts over the whole equals percent out of 100. Also, our keywords for part and whole are is and of. So we can use those to help us. So our first question, what percent of 25 is 4? So we know we're going to need a proportion, so set up our outline. We know we can put 100 every time. Okay, we were not given a percent, so x is going to go on top of 100. Here we have keywords. Okay, there's of and is. So of is stuck to 25 and is stuck to 4. So if we're thinking in terms of is over of, okay, 4 is going on top, 25 is going on bottom. Once we have all the pieces filled in, we can cross multiply and divide like normal. So 25 times x, stick them together. 4 times 100 is 400. To get x by itself, we divide both sides by 25. Top number goes in, bottom number goes out. 25 will not go into 4, but it goes into 40 once. Subtract, we're left with 15. Bring down our 0. 25 into 150 goes 6 times for 150, and we're done. So in this case, x is equal to 16% because x was over 100, so that tells us our percent sign is what was missing. And the second question is a little bit more of a word problem, more kind of real life situation. 23 of 25 students in class chose pizza as their favorite food. What percent of students chose pizza as their favorite food? So again, we know we can set up our proportion. 100 always goes on the bottom. We do not have a percent anywhere in this question, so x will go on top. Okay, and then we have to think in terms of part over the total. 23 of 25 students in class chose pizza. So that tells me there are 25 total students in class, and out of those 25, 23 picked pizza as their favorite food. So 23 is the part. From here, it's business as usual. Cross multiply. 25 times x, 23 times 100. We want to get x by itself, so we divide both sides by 25. Top number goes in, bottom number goes out. 25 will not go into 2, it will not go into 23, but it will go into 230 9 times for 225. Subtract, we're left with 5. Drop our 0. 25 into 50, 2 times, and we're done. So here x is equal to 92%, again, because x was over 100, so our percent was missing. Next question, what percent of 20% is 45? Oh, this is the one with the typo. Sorry, guys. This should say, what is 20% of 45? Sorry. So what is 20% of 45? So again, proportion, 100. We know our percent. It is 20 this time. Okay. What is 20% of 45? So we have that keyword of, and it's stuck to 45. So that tells me 45 is going on bottom, x on top. Cross multiply. We have 100x. Multiply 45 times 20 is 900. So if we want to get x by itself, divide by 100. Those cancel. We can take a 0 away from top and bottom, take a 0 away from top and bottom, which leaves us with 9 over 1. So x is 9. No percent sign this time because we had our percent, it was 20. We were looking for the part because x was on top over here. Okay, next question. Again, more of our kind of real world situation. An antique dealer found that 86% of the 250 items were sold for under $1,000. So we want to know how many items were sold under $1,000. So again, our proportion, 100 on the bottom. We have our percent, it's 86. Okay, I have 250 items in my store, so that's the total. X goes on top. We want to know how many of those are less than $1,000. So let's cross multiply. That's going to be 100x. Cross multiply 250 times 86. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 2 is 12. Plus 3 is 15. Next row, 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 2 is 16. Plus 2 makes 20. Put it together. We have 21,500. So if I want to get x by itself, we divide both sides by 100. We can lose a 0 from the top and the bottom. Lose another 0 from the top and the bottom. So we have 215 over 1, which is just 215. So 215 items of the 250 were less than $1,000. Okay, next example, 12 is 60% of what number? So we set up our proportion, 100 on the bottom. We know our percent, it's 60. Okay, and we have our keyword here is attached to 12. So that tells me 12 is going on top. We do not know the total here. So we cross multiply 60 times x. Cross multiply 100 times 12. To get x by itself, we're going to divide both sides by 60. We can take away 0 from the top and the bottom, but we still have to divide 120 by 6. So 6 will not go into 1, but it will go into 12 2 times. 6 times 2 is 12. Subtract, we have nothing left over. Bring our 0 down. Bring our 0 up. So x equals 20. That was not good. Good job. X equals 20. Okay. Last example from the slide deck. 80 students in 7th grade are in Spanish. This represents 20% of the students in 7th grade. How many students are in 7th grade? So we know we need our proportion. We have a percent, it's 20, so percent goes on top of 100. Okay, 80 students in 7th grade are in Spanish. That is only part of the 7th grade. Not every 7th grader is in Spanish. So we're trying to figure out the total, how many students are in 7th grade. So x goes on bottom. We cross multiply, 20 times x is going to be 20x. 100 times 80 will be 8,000. To get x by itself, we divide both sides by 20. We can take away 0 from the top and the bottom, but we still have to divide 800 by 2. 2 goes into 8 4 times. That gives us 8. Subtract, nobody left. Bring a 0 down. Bring a 0 back up. Bring a 0 down. Bring a 0 back up. So this tells me there are 400 total students in 7th grade.